Hey guys, this is Eric with Hunting Outdoors. Today we're going to be going over the hunting saddle that I went over in our Christmas haul video. Just so you guys kind of get a quick update on it. It is a different way of innovating what we do as hunters in public hunting and any other private land, anything you might be doing. So definitely excited to show you guys this. Just look how compact it is. Definitely excited. We'll get into it here shortly. Alright guys, so we are at the tree. I picked this one just, mainly off of being able to catch that grab on some of the smaller bark. You don't want it to be too heavy on the bark because it'll peel off, but it's pretty straight. I'll be able to set up and be comfortable going up there without the wind blowing on it too and bending back and forth. So I'm gonna get myself set up. So get my pack unlatched. Got my Tethrd 1 sticks. Definitely really excited about these. They're pretty quiet as far as getting in and out of the woods, and what you are trying to do, of course, you want to make sure that you are as quiet as humanly possible. This allows you to do that. I think that with climbers sometimes, there's a lot of rattling, there's a lot of clinking, there's a lot of things that don't necessarily allow you to get into a hunt too quiet. And so kind of what I'm doing now is I want to set this up about chin height. Reason being is I have some aiders that'll help me get up. So I set this up about chin height, and I want to make sure that I can be comfortable there. Put my chest around. Then here's the big thing. We're gonna go around on the bottom once, twice. I'm gonna go up, down, up, down. And you see that when we pull this down, kind of locks it in because we're pulling it down. And then from here, kind of do as you please. If you want to just kind of drop it in between, that way it's not really around your feet. That's kind of how I go about it. But that's our first stick. We are good. So now I'm going to set up an aider. Not there. It's good to know where your stuff is on your pack. But so now we're going to go on our aider here. I got a 3-step aider. It really doesn't matter. You can get 2-step, 1-step. Just depends on how high you want to get up in the tree. So you can set this up on the bottom step, or you can set this up however you'd like. But in this scenario, it's not something that is necessarily needing to get up too high. So now I'm gonna go ahead and put the saddle on, and I'll be right back.
Oh, the shimmy. Oh, the shimmy.
Oh. All right guys, so I got my saddle on. As we went over before, it is the Buzzard Roost saddle. It comes out of the United States in southern Louisiana, so I was definitely really excited to support this company. It's definitely super comfortable. I've only been up about 5 or 6 times though, so I can't say I'm super proficient, so we're learning this together. But as you see here, I got a clip to hold on to my sticks as I go up. I got my tether right in here that I just have my pouch. I got my linesman rope, so I go straight up the tree. I got my platform, and so that way as soon as we go up, I can pop it right off. So typically I'd have my backpack going up, but just for you guys, I'm not going to go ahead and do that. But that is something that you typically obviously want. Go up with your backpack or bring a drawstring up with you so you can pull it up there. So I'm going to go ahead and get up on the stick, and I will see you up there. Oh, I've been telling Garrett to remind me of this, but I would actually typically wear this into my hunt. Not necessarily the sticks. I'll keep the sticks and the platform on the bag, but wear your saddle in if you're comfortable with it. If not, you saw that I can bring it in the woods in my backpack. So yes, remember that. All right, so big thing here, Obviously do what makes you comfortable, but for me, what makes me comfortable is I stick my toe in, I dig my toe in the tree, I take my hands, I pull down, and I work myself up. Typically want to leave yourself more on that second step, but now here I am, and I'm up on my third step. You can set your linesman rope up before you go up, which in a lot of cases you want to do, but here I am, I did not. So now I am up, I can lean back, and I feel pretty comfortable here. Another thing I wanted to point out, just as you're going up the tree, when you have your linesman rope, when I showed you guys my duck Kong, this is where it applies. Makes it for one hand. When you're going up and down the tree, you can pull this and it lets you loose, or you take your one arm and you pull it tight. So that way it just kind of allows you to get up the tree a little bit more comfortable. For me, when I'm going up the tree, I like to be a little bit tighter to the tree so I can get that nice step up, stay close to the tree and step up. Then I can lean back just a hair. And so that way, now I'm comfortable at the top of my step. I can now pull that step off. So for this one, if you have a second eater, which I do, but for this scenario, since I'm not trying to go all the way up and actually hunt, I'm going to just kind of put this around my belly button range midway, and then I'm going to get a little bit tighter and work my way around the tree. Make sure that you are good. And then again, we're going to do that same process. We're going to go around, oops, around, up, down, pull it tight. And obviously, as you guys saw, my rope was kind of slipping. Again, that's something that I'm going to get used to a little bit as we go. It's not necessarily something you want to keep slipping all the way down, but you know, once it grabs, it's going to grab, right? So I can set my foot on there and be pretty comfortable, even though it slid down a little bit further than I wanted. So for this case, I would go up again, get on my third stick, and then we would do the platform. But we are going to drop that one because we're not going to go up 3. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to set up my platform. In this scenario, I typically like to set up my platform just off to the side to my stick, so that way I can step right off and it's easy access to come right down. As you see, my platform's on my butt, so I'm going to be able to just kind of flip it up, pull it straight off, and now I have it in front of me. Again, like the sticks, we're going to want to be kind of tight here on the tree. Not too tight, but tight enough that we can be comfortable sitting here. I can, have 2 hands free. I'm not too stressed about falling one way or another, and I'm not making too much noise. So we have the buckle and everything here. I'm gonna go ahead and take that off. Have everything nice, good, ready to go. All right, so now I got my platform and everything in hand. I'm gonna go ahead and get myself tighter to the tree so I can be comfortable. All right, so we're gonna slide this off to the side here. Put our knee down just a hair. We're tied on. I'm just gonna wiggle that off to the side. Get this nice and tight. And then we're gonna make this nice and tight, and you see as I push this down, it's getting that grab. So you can do one of 2 things. You can take a step straight on, and just kind of wiggle it a few times. Make sure you're locked and loaded. I'm comfortable. So now I got 2 hands free. I have my bridge rope here. I'm gonna go ahead and loosen that up. Got my tether here. And I'm gonna go ahead and feed this through the tree. So again, this is just like any other tether you would kind of put on your climber or anything along that lines. But just in this scenario, this one is more versatile in a sense, because I can just put it on at the top of a tree everywhere I go, versus other cases where you're constantly having to wear it and move it as you're going up the tree. So now at this point, I'm going to take my bridge rope and I'm going to lock it onto my carabiner here. Okay, and then I'm going to pull this up to where it's kind of comfortable. I know that I'm in a good standing, and then from this point I can then take my linesman's off, and then that's off. I can lean back and I'm pretty much up in my saddle at this point. Big thing is, like I said, you're gonna have your backpack on, so there's gonna be a certain amount of steps that you try and follow once you get up here. You kind of want to get yourself comfortable, whether that's getting up on the tree, moving your butt pads, getting the bridge rope the right size, everything, because you don't want to necessarily be standing too tall. You want to have that comfortable in between of where you can get down towards the tree and actually like kind of just hang. You know, so we kind of want to get ourselves a basis of, you know, where we can shoot. We can get around the tree here, we could shoot there. Just kind of a multitude of ways you can get all the way around a tree and just kind of lounge out. So guys, this is how I get up in my tree saddle. This is a step-to-step process. Like I said, it's nothing that I'm too advanced in myself. We are definitely still learning, but to me, this is the biggest innovation in hunting that I've found yet. Aside all things, you can get a new bow, you can get new arrows, everything like that, but being comfortable in a hunt is next to the most amazing thing in the entire world. Definitely recommend one. If you don't have one, if you're new into hunting, if you're experienced, however it may be, this is something that I recommend so highly. You know, definitely check it out, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.